You'll find new cards to help you summon some
Pendulum cards.
Where? Today, with the release of Age of Overlord, we will be playing Pendulum Magician once again, thanks to all the new Supreme King Sark stuff and a new engine that we're playing so we can Pendulum summon twice. I am not kidding you. Pendulum might be good again. Let's get into it. After constant testing and wanting to figure out how I want to play this deck, this one card, Pendulum Evolution, is the best way to play Pendulum right now. I'm going to only read out the most important part of this text, which is during your main phase, if you special summon a face down Pendulum monster from your extra deck this turn, you can immediately, after this effect resolves, Pendulum summon a monster. Well, monsters with an S. So that means it counts as an extra Pendulum summon. Oh boy! 2 Pendulum summons? Looks like we're playing around the Nibiru now. The way we get to this effect is our first engine, which is DDD Vice King Requiem engine. So, you know this in Unchained, right? Yeah, it's really good here as well. So you're playing the 3 Dark Contracts, you're playing the 1 Kepler, just in case if you have to normal summon to get the Dark Contract and to be able to Dark Contract add the Vice King. And then you go into Machinex. Machinex is a Pendulum monster from the face down extra deck. So that means that you can trigger Pendulum Evolution. So, oh boy. That is our first way to get the second Pendulum summon. So we got Gate Magician. Very important to click on this. This is our new Sark card, which is crazy. It's actually just insane. It's a extender and it gets to put Supreme King from the deck to scale, which means that your opponent can't ash it. And also, on summon, it can search a card that mentions Supreme King Sark, meaning you can search Pendulum Evolution. Since Gate Magician's scale effect pops us up to place the Supreme King Gate to scale, you can trigger Astrolath. Astrolath plus this is insane because it gets you into rank 7 easily. We're playing 3 Fenrir. Fenrir is just a good level 7. It's just a good card. I'm surprised it's not banned. I'm surprised it's not limited, at least. But sure, you know what? I'll take it. Because honestly, we need level 7s in this deck, especially because we can make even more negates thanks to it. It's insane. Hey, you're playing the 1 Gate 0. It doesn't matter if you draw it or not, though you gotta have this in your deck. However, it is pretty good in your hand sometimes if you draw it alongside the Gate Magician. We're playing 1 Oak Dragon, which is honestly I felt the weirdest about because I've been so used to just playing triple Oak Dragon all the time. However, Oak Dragon conflicts with Gate Magician, so that means that since Gate Magician will set a low scale, it's like you realistically don't need a low scale. And also, worst case, you can just set Gate Magician and it's fine. So it's like, you know, Gate Magician on its own is a low scale, so you're fine. We are playing the 1 Dark Worm, which I already mentioned, but yeah, it's Dark Worm is really good. You could potentially play more of this. However, I'm playing 1 just because I want to make sure it's in the deck and be able to send it off of Dragon Shrine, which is really good. We're playing our normal summons, which is the 3 Squawkabat Joker. I'm not playing 3 Kepler, and the reason why I'm playing 3 Joker is because I feel like Joker unbreaks our hands very often, and I feel like when you have Kepler in hand, I gotta have a starter that adds me into the rest of my combo. Even if I get Nibiru'd, then a card that doesn't get me into my combo but protects me from Nibiru. However, I can't combo, so why would I do that? So yeah, we're playing the 1 Kepler. So yeah, it's just 4 normal summons here. You don't normal summon much in this deck, by the way. We're playing 3 Wisdom Eye, which 3 Wisdom Eye is pretty standard. Card is insane. If you draw 2 of them in hand, or if you draw 1 of them plus Gate Magician, it's kind of crazy because you can just add everything. It's insane. Play triple double wires because you want to pop the double wires when it's on scale. And also it comes up a lot when you're trying to break your opponent's board. It's really good. It's really good because it just baits out a bunch of negates. we're playing the one Celestial Magician to get follow-up, or be able to end game. If you activate it while you have a Synchro on field, your opponent cannot activate any other monster effects for the rest of the turn. Meaning, it's like a floodgate for that turn, and it just confirms your wins. And we're playing the one Purple Magician because we need to out some cards like back row, and honestly, it's the best way to do it since you can just pop the Purple Poison or attack and then make a card gain attack and potentially out something like a wind out without the pop effect, but with the attack boost effect, just in case if I get comments about that. Because every time I mention it, it's always like, oh man, that doesn't work like that. No, yeah, it does. It's like, you don't have to pop it, you can pop something else, just like attack into it, and it's going to be higher than Winda. So yeah, we're playing the one Light Worm. Light Worm is pretty understandable to be at 1. Its effect doesn't come up too often. However, when it does, it's very good for recurring. I also love it for like end game and grind games. Harmonizing Magician, you always play that at 3 because when you have this card in hand, it basically Pendulum summon it out. You kind of make the negate right away, or you can hold it in your hand and Pendulum summon for the first time, and then you do and then you summon Harmonizing on the second Pendulum summon, because you make sure that you have the Barone at the end. You make sure that you have Appaloosa first, and then you can make the Harmonizing, which is crazy. Okay, so we're playing 3 Duelist Alliance. Duelist Alliance can potentially search us the Pendulum Evolution, which is very nice. Honestly, I enjoy it. I like it a lot. We're playing 2 Dragon Shrines. Potentially, you could play an extra target. You could just play another Dark Worm. You could play a Destrudo, potentially, because Destrudo is a level 7. You're playing one Foolish Burial for the same reason. However, Foolish Burial can come up. You could just send any card in your deck and then summon it back using Exceed the Pendulum. We're playing 1 Lightwing Dragon since realistically you don't have to search the Dark Worm because we're not playing anything like Pendulum Call because it conflicts with the Gate Magician's Destruction effect, which we want to resolve. Playing the triple Dark Contract as mentioned. We're playing the 1 Pendulum Evolution, and we're playing the very extremely standard since 2019. Wait, was it 2017, right? Oh my god, I don't know how long I've been playing this deck. Oh my god, how old am I? Star Pendulum Graph and Time Pendulum Graph. Very important cards to have. You know what, dude? I'm dead because, dude, it's so hot today. Like, dude, this deck list is so fire. I gotta like cool down. In the extra deck, we have 2 Beyond the Pendulums. Very important since Beyond the Pendulum is not a once per turn effect. Before the first Pendulum summon, you can activate Beyond the Pendulum. If it does get negated or if it resolves, worst case, if you don't have enough gas, you can just summon another Beyond the Pendulum and then go for the second Pendulum summon, which is kind of crazy. I still find it funny that Beyond the Pendulum is not a once per turn. It's just not. So, sure. I mean, it's not a hard once per turn. SP Little Knight, we found out today that it is a secret. It's going to be $100+ secret easily. I need to find a way to buy this. I'm broke. What are you going to do to buy SP Little Knight? Tell me in the comments. You know, keep it legal. We're playing 1 Selene because it comes up a lot. You would think that with Exceed the Pendulum, we wouldn't need Selene anymore. However, thanks to Beyond the Pendulum being a spellcaster, you sometimes have to make Selene to be able to trigger your things, which is a... So, for example, if you have Absolute Dragon plus Beyond the Pendulum, you can make Selene, make a negate, which is the Vortex, and you know, activate Selene effect, which is very nice. Playing the 1 Exceed the Pendulum, this card is great. If you don't know what this card does, it adds a Pendulum monster from the extra deck to the hand right away off summon, because of course it does, sure. And then you can special summon a Pendulum monster that is, the level is between the scales, meaning you can summon, you know, a card from your graveyard, a card from your hand. It's crazy, honestly, because it is exactly like Selene. However, honestly, more broken because you don't have to play that many spell cards for it. So you'll be seeing Exceed the Pendulum in other decks. Especially, could be really good in Super Heavy Samurai as well. Okay, so we're playing the Appaloosa. We're playing the Axis Code Talker. We're playing Abyss Dweller since we are entering a format which the graveyard is being used a lot. Abyss Dweller seems to be the play. We're currently siding Baguska. I wanted to play both. However, the extra deck is very tight for what it is. So honestly, I'm just citing the Baguska for now. Baguska is probably one of the best cards in the deck. I just really wanted to make sure I play Zeus. Zeus is just really good. So we're playing Magician of Hope, which is our other way to get into the Pendulum Evolution effect. So we don't just have to draw the Dark Contract, we can just make Magician of Hope. We are playing Absolute Dragon, since you can link it off and then summon Vortex Dragon, which is very useful. We're playing Rebellion Dragon because it counts as an Odd Eyes XYZ Dragon. Well, realistically, the XYZ Dragon part is what matters, because you can send it off a Gate Magician and summon it. It's crazy. And we got DDD Devicer King Machinex, which already mentioned. This card's insane. Just play it. It's worth it. We're playing the Zeus. Very self-explanatory, so it's just outs everything. We got Burrow on the floor. It's a pretty pricey card for what it is. However, it's worth playing, definitely, 100%. It will get a reprint soon. Hopefully, it is cheap. Hopefully. And we're playing Vortex Dragon. Vortex Dragon is also pretty understandable because you summon it off of the Absolute. And that is it. Let's just get into the combo. Okay, so first we summon the Fenrir, then we activate Dark Contract. Dark Contract effect, adding the DD Vice Requiem. Requiem targets the Dark Contract, then special summons itself. And from here, we will be able to summon the Machinex. We scale Double Wires. Since Vice Requiem gives Devicer King an effect, this interaction could come up a lot, which is Devicer King effect, target Double Wires, shuffle back, destroy it, you gain 1,000 life points, and also trigger Double Wires, adding the Start Pendulum Graph, which is so crazy. So here, you Wisdom Eye, add Start Pendulum Graph, you add the Gate Magician effect, placing the Gate Zero right here. Then you summon the Gate Magician using its effect by sending Odd Eyes Rebellion XYZ Dragon. Since it is a XYZ Dragon, you can send it by the effect of Gate Magician, which is very nice. Then Gate Magician effect adds the Pendulum Evolution, which is insane. So here we activate Cashier Fenrir since our opponent wouldn't have draw at this point. Sadly, draw is a thing that we hardly lose to. However, we get to play around everything else, which is very nice. It's like Dragon Link with party animals and wizards. So yeah, we added Fenrir, we activated Pendulum Evolution since we already summoned the DDD Vicer King. So our Pendulum Evolution can just trigger at any time. We can trigger it, which is very nice. And we're going to summon the Beyond the Pendulum. Beyond the Pendulum adds our Harmonizing, and now we get Pendulum Sun for the first time. As you realize, I do not summon Harmonizing here because we are playing around Nibiru here. So here you summon the 2 gates, then you make Absolute. So here, if they Nibiru, it is fine. You're going to get a Vortex Dragon out of it, which is kind of crazy. So here you make Selene. This is the interaction I was talking about. So here you summon the Vortex off of the absolute effect. Then you Selene effect add the tokens, or the counters, I mean. And counters effect summons the gate. Then you make Appaloosa. So basically, if you can't summon the Vortex, you just summon Appaloosa and play around Nibiru that way. So here you're protected realistically. So we're going to Pendulum Sun for our second time, and we have summoned a Harmonizing Magician and Double Wires Magician, triggering the Harmonizing Magician effect, summoning the O Dragon. You make Baron, destroy the Double Wires. Double Wires adds the Time Pendulum Graph. So just in case if your opponent Dark Ruler no mores you still have a response. It is insane. We have the follow-up. And we ended up on such an insane board. It's so crazy. So yeah, this is our board. It's looking clean, right? So in this replay, we have opened Duelist Alliance, Oath Dragon, Foolish Burial, Celestial Magician, and the Performer Power Scope Bad Joker. Really good hand, honestly. However, you're like, oh, but you don't have the Dark Contract in your hand. What are you gonna do? This is where we play the Hope Magician. We don't really need the really insane hand for it. We just need access to 2 level 4s. So we Foolish Burial here. We send Dark Worm. Dark Worm summons itself. Dark Worm effect adds the Gate Magician. normal summon Scorpibat, adding Wisdom Eye, you scale the Gate Magician, which realistically you don't need to do right now. You can just make the Hope Magician and then summon one of these cards in hand, and you should be good at that point because you'll be able to, you know, mess around with it later. So here you actually start Pendulum Graph, you scale Wisdom Eye effect, scaling the double wires, start Pendulum Graph effect, adding the Gate Magician because you always like to have two in hand. So here, since we have the Gate 0, we get to summon our good old Magician, our good old Gate Magician. Gate Magician adds the Pendulum Evolution. Then you make Magician of Hope. You can put, like I mentioned, you don't realistically need to draw the Magicians of Hope. Like, you could just Pendulum Summon one of the Magicians of Hope, add the Pendulum Evolution off of that one. So realistically, with one and having the Magician of Hope access, it's good enough. It's good enough to play around in Nibiru anyway. So, and we beyond the Pendulum effect, adding our Harmonizing Magician. And here we Pendulum Summon for 3, which here, it's a funny interaction that can come up in some games, but, you know, here we go. So, Dragon effect, you grab the XYZ Dragon, put it back in the X deck. Insane. So here, we make the 4 Materiapalooza, plus a Vortex Dragon. We Pendulum Evolution effect, we Pendulum Summon yet again. And now, we summon Double Wires, then we make Baron. Baron effect will... Oh wait, sorry. Celestial Magician effect will make your opponent not be able to activate any monster effects for the rest of the turn, and also add a Pendulum monster from the end phase so that we get follow-up. And we went for Baron effect, popping the Double Wires, and Double Wires will trigger right now, adding our time Pendulum Graph, playing around Dark Hero No More yet again. And then we set it. And then we set it, end phase comes around, we add the Scorpibat Joker from deck to hand. You can potentially add Astrograph, we can potentially add Harmonizing, you can potentially add Wisdom Eye. It depends on how the board is looking like, matchup you're playing against realistically. Is the deck good or what? Comment down below. Subscribe if you want more Pendulum content. However, I will say from now, I have been very busy with my own personal university life because I'm currently in my final year of university, and right now I'm trying to make sure I pass those, so I haven't been uploading that much. However, subscribe so you don't miss out whenever I post the most banger deck profile or the most banger regular video. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and see ya. Bye bye. See you someday.